Welcome back for another round of rounds. Right now we're getting ready to discuss the fourth film that we saw over the past couple weeks, Avengers: Infinity War. I myself grew up DC. I mean, I love Marvel too, and since, those terrible DC movies that have come out.
Looking at you, BVS.
Looking at you. Martha! That got to the goddamn storyboard, and I don't know how.
Pretty much a lot of the movies surprised me. I wasn't sure what they were going to reach out and do. I didn't see as many people dying in the end. Vision being such a wuss. A lot of it surprised me. Some of it didn't.
This movie had me all gassed up, whenever... Because Black Panther was the last Marvel movie that came out in theaters, and it was just so good. So good. And, that he's in it, and then, Captain America's back, like they're getting ready to rep, and it's gangsta. And you've been waiting for this moment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe anyway.
10 years we've been building to this moment.
Thanos, he's had a little work done on his face. I don't know if that's in post or what, I don't know. There's some Marvel movies that I still haven't seen Thor, Ragnarok. So, some stuff got spoiled for me there. But not, it's not like anything that's going to be like, oh, man, I shouldn't have seen this movie. If you don't know that Thor's going to be in it, then...
Well, anyone who's seen a single trailer knows there's more than one Chris in this movie, by the way.
Just a few. Thanos really kind of just came and repped it.
The first 10 minutes, Thanos just pretty much said, I am here.
Well, he bitch smacked Hulk to not even want to come out and play.
He smacked the Hulk out of it.
He was like, no! I'm good. I am good. Some of the parts seemed a little long, I thought. A few of the scenes that just kind of lingered on to me, especially, and I know it's such a big moment, but I felt like they forced Peter Dinklage in there just to have a Peter Dinklage. It was such a long scene, and it went away and then came back.
Well, there was a lot going on there, because, they had to get back into the ship, then they had to get back up there, and they had to, hook onto the rings and pull them back to moving.
That's great. It could have been condensed. And, we're not even talking about, Star-Lord here. Because right now, besides Kanye West, he's, everyone's least favorite person this week.
He ruined everything.
There's always one. There's always one in a crowd. If you've seen the movie, he's sour. He's sour because Gamora got tossed the fuck over the side. Because Thanos just doesn't give a fuck. Even though he is a villain, the best villain, I think, in Marvel. He still felt something for Gamora. You can tell that.
They actually had tears.
I know. I saw the CGI tears roll down his face.
It was good.
Speaking of CGI, I thought that most of the time when these movies come out and there's these epic battles and it's, for whatever reason, people don't want to pay extras anymore to fight, had the big CGI battle, or the big battle with
in Wakanda.
Yeah. The CGI did not bother me. It didn't take me out of the movie.
It looked pretty realistic with them alien war dogs.
And, with a big movie like that, as a big budget, $300 million massive movie like that, I expect some top-of-the-line shit. I ain't looking for, lower grade, me and you putting together, some shitty local TV commercial.
Right. The children of Thanos.
When they show up in Wakanda, they kind of... I was hoping that Captain America was getting ready to rep shit, but they really needed Thor to come bail that ass out.
And then Scarlet Witch came in and handled pretty much the rest.
Visually, this was a Marvel movie.
It was an epic Marvel movie.
Justice League, I liked Justice League, but not enough to go get it. It was an okay movie, but when you get everybody, when you get your biggest characters together,
from start with Iron Man to finish with the Guardians and Black Panther,
you got to get it right. And DC didn't get it right. And Marvel got it right. They didn't get it right with Age of Ultron. That movie was kind of in the middle for me.
When it came out, Age of Ultron was really good. But since then, you can look back and see a lot of the flaws. Well, some of the issues I had with it. One was Peter Quill. I mean, come on. You literally just stopped Drax from doing the same thing that you just did. You stopped him from going after Thanos so you could maybe go find the Reality Stone and stop him ahead of time. But no, while he's sitting there, Spider-Man almost has that gauntlet off. And you're going to sit there and bash him in the head and knock Manas off of him? I mean, come on.
Well,
you ruined everything. That's just one of the issues. One of the other ones, they were on Titan. How were they breathing without masks? They've made, over these 10 years, I get it's a comic book movie. I get it's not supposed to be realistic. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, they've made a point to show how realistic it is that you can't breathe out there.
I think it was just cinema being cinema.
Well,
and
yeah.
It's just easier. Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. And then the end, as far as like, I mean, you made such a good point. It was okay for Peter to stop Drax and then to get caught up in that emotion himself. It annoys you because, you know, you like Chris Pratt in, I mean, who doesn't like Chris Pratt in anything? And then for him to kind of just be like a pain in the ass, you know, he's going to have a giant redeeming moment. Oh wait, he can't.
Steady Quill.
Because at the end, you know, when Thor comes back and is kicking some ass, and Thanos just is like, boom, boom, get the fuck out my way, boom.
Black Panther who? Wakanda this.
Yeah, Wakanda not quite forever.
Oh, Steve Rogers? Goodbye.
Yeah.
He was worried about Steve for a minute.
Oh, yeah. But then Thor tossed it, well, right there.
Right through the full power of the gauntlet.
He's still just
like that. Just like Gamora said.
Which leads me to the next thing, is that as far as like moving, you know, I always knew that Tony Stark wouldn't die because he's the one that has that vision of like the destruction around him. I mean, but also Robert Downey Jr. is getting kind of...
He's getting up.
He's getting up there in age. I mean, I don't know what that means as far as that because he still looks like he's 31.
Well, yeah.
You know, I had my assumptions of who was going to die, and some of them came true. But I thought my big one was going to be Hulk as far as like Avengers. Nothing really got me like upset where I'm like, I mean, Black Panther really surprised me because, I mean, you know, they just
came out.
Had that big blockbuster, which I mean, that doesn't mean anything because
Avengers 4 is going to fix all that.
Yeah. But what really, I guess, was the most emotional one for me, is probably the most emotional one for everyone, is Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
And it's kind of sad because, you know, because he's a young kid and he's kind of inexperienced and
he was kind of under Tony's wing. And, and you know, that scene was apparently improvised by Tom
That's what I was reading a few days ago. But I thought it was a solid movie. I'd score it at an 8.3 out of 10. You scored it a little differently, I believe.
I did. I put it at a 9.3.
Oof, that's high.
Because it was epic. It was awesome. It was 10 years in one movie. Finally, it was amazing.
Amazing movie, Avengers: Infinity War. Check it out. Don't even wait for it to go see it in theaters because the experience is just great. See it in 3D, see it in IMAX. Just go see whatever. We'll check you out next time. Subscribe, like, follow, all that good stuff down here. I don't know, somewhere down there. The Russo brothers who directed this. I mean, you gotta always trust a Russo.
Oh yeah.
Unless it's Robinson Russo.